All right, guys, time for the next video. I want you to be aware of something. I'm not going to do a video every day of the 3D printing of Robbie, but I just happen to be doing it now because I'm doing the 3D printing of Robbie. But there's other things I'm going to post also. I've got a lot of props people are asking me about. The next video is going to be the Predator daggers that I made out of 3D printing. People love them. Apparently they want to see them. I'll do a nice video on that. I've got tricorders to do videos on, lots of other props and everything else to show people. This just came off the printer. This is the hinge that is part of the hip hinge or whatever you want to call it. As you can see, the print actually printed very nice, very nice, nice tight resolution. You can't even see the striation lines that much, really. I mean, this is a light going across like this, and you can't see them. The one thing about this I'm noticing is where your mount is on your plate, because it adheres so well, what you want it to, especially when you're printing from the bottom up. It tears, sometimes it'll tear off the extruder layer, and it'll expose the infill like that. That's not a big deal whatsoever. I've done modeling. I've built 4 and 5 foot ships. This kind of stuff is no big deal. Normally what I do in this case, you can Bondo across this, or you can actually use a sun acrylic or crazy glue that's like a gel. Go across this and hit it with a kicker and create yourself a layer and then sand that off. So this is not a big deal whatsoever. So this is what we printed before. This attaches to this. Now let's see if I can do this with one hand. This should be interesting, people. Let's see. So basically, you'll see it line up like this. It's pretty easy too, because it lines up really well, like that. So this is the hinge that you're gonna get, right? And then the other thing I just printed last night, just for shits and giggles, because it only took 3 hours to print, is the cap that goes on top of here. And that's right there. So this is what your hinge is going to look like as the cap slides off. Anyway, I'll tape it and I'll show you guys what it looks like once I get it all cleaned up and filled and all that stuff. But this is fun stuff, guys. And let me tell you something too. I'm learning 3D printing, but I'm super particular. I've been a modeler for decades. I've been a prop maker for decades. My stuff is out there. Our tricorders are considered collectibles. We've had our tricorders on Voyager. Various Star Trek people have contacted us about our stuff. We know quite a few people in the prop industry, and Ian's files are outstanding. These are really good files. Once you understand how to use them, using Cura and how to mount everything, man, dude, these files are ridiculous. Look at the resolution on this. I'm going to bring this really close to my phone, and I'm just going to let it go right across the light. Do you see any striation patterns in there? I certainly don't. Look at that. No layer patterns at all. None. All you need to do is hit a couple of coats of automotive primer on this thing, sand it up lightly too. I mean, and then just paint it. Now, the one thing about my Robbie that I'm doing differently is, and everybody that knows me well enough know that when I do any kind of modeling, I just stress everything I do. I'm going to do my Robbie so like he's been around for 1,000 years. So he's going to have dusty marks on him. He's going to have marks all over the place because I believe that adds character to him. There's going to be differences in my Robbie that there are in other people's Robbies, which will make it individually my own Robbie, and I want that. That's really important to me. Anyway, so guys, I'm going to keep posting videos of my Robbie as I print him, and as I put pieces together and whatnot, and it should be a blast. If you have any questions, please ask them. And be sure to like and share my my videos. I'm not a super YouTuber, but everybody wants me to be for some stupid reason. I don't know why. But they're saying you say share, like, and check ever so often to make sure I've posted. Hit the notification bell. I don't even know what that means. Maybe you guys can contact me and help me out a little bit with this. I'm just a regular Joe. That's all I am, and I'm doing an amazing project for for my first true project, other than the little things I've done, this is massive. And to take this on is scary. But I'm learning. And as I make mistakes, you guys are making the mistakes with me, and I'll show you the fixes and how I'm approaching things. You can show me different ideas of how you would approach it. Mike, I've watched your videos, Mike Ortiz, and your stuff is fantastic. It's a good learning experience. Your response back to me has been fantastic, and my wife been fantastic. This is a great group to belong to, guys. And if you want to do 3D printing of sci-fi models and stuff like this is the place to go. And as I said, Ian's files are outstanding. Join his Patreon. I'm only paying $12 a month. That's nothing. To have access to these files, that's nothing. And it helps him be able to create other things. The other thing too is Ian's really receptive to listening to what you want. And if you say, hey, Ian, I'm interested in that, and he'll go, hey, let me investigate that a little bit. Send him some pictures. I've got a project that I'm interested in doing with him. And to be honest with you, I don't do projects with very many people. I'm super picky. I mean, like ridiculously picky in what I do. Take a look at my YouTube channel. You'll see how picky I am about the props that I create, and so forth. So this video is ended, and happy printing.